Hi everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my channel and the craft/dining room. Hello, new Simon Says stamp card kit. I've got the latest Simon Says stamp card kit in the craft/dining room, and today I'm going to unbox and create 3 cards and throw in a 4th card just for good measure, and share the contents and the makes with you. This is a really fun card kit, so stick around. That unboxing and the card projects are coming up next. So let's get this unboxing started, and I will open my box here, take this out, set this aside, and first we see we have an awesome zipper pouch from Simon Says Stamp. These wonderful quality pouches with the zippers that are so nice for keeping your kit all together. Love the pouches. All right. Now, I believe the sheet is in here. I'm going to pull this sheet out. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Oh my goodness. Okay, and this kit is called So Talkative. So let me center this and get my sheet here like this. All right, we'll just take a look. So Talkative. Now I'm going to keep everything off to the side here as I show you what's in the kit. Well, this is pretty cool. Look at that. We start out with one of the brand new Simon Says Stamp blender brushes. Holy fun. They come with these little covers that keep them nice and protected. And in fact, if you hang on to these and you like to travel and craft on the go, you can keep that to cover it up. Oh, I love having an extra. I have 2 sets of these, so I'm a little biased. Of course, a Charms Blow Pop. We'll save that for if we need energy. Now, I am going to start with the cardstock. Oh, look at that. So funky. We have 1 sheet of holographic lava cardstock. This stuff is super, I mean, look at that. You can do that all day. All right, I'm gonna put this in the box. We have a sheet, 2 sheets, let's see here, of Neenah Solar White 110-pound cardstock. Love the Neenah Solar White. I have Assorted card fronts. Oh my goodness, I don't know about you, but I am always, this is 32. Okay, check this out. 32 assorted card fronts in colors from the Simon Says Stamp cardstock collection. Whoa, that is amazing. Now, I do a lot of cutting down of my cardstock into little smaller manageable pieces. Usually when I'm starting a project, that's exactly what I do, right? I'll take a full sheet out, I'll cut 1 panel to have as my card base, and then I'll go ahead and do this. But look at this, is literally, I can't even get all of them out. I think this is, wow, 32 pieces. Okay, that's a lot of cut down cardstock. And of course, we're in a beautiful, oh, lemon chiffon. Love that. All right, keeping going here. Keeping going. Looks like sunshine. I feel like this is, oh, cotton candy. I know that one. Dull pink. I know that one. Schoolhouse red. So you get 32 card fronts. Whether you stamp on these, whether you emboss and use them to create greetings, or just the front of your card panel, they're all cut. And I believe these look like they're all US A2 size, right? So they're 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That is pretty cool. And what do we have here? I am guessing this is Susie Plantamura. Illustrations for fall, and look at that. And the nice thing about Susie's pieces, they are printed on this, I'm pretty sure it's the Tim Holtz watercolor cardstock. So you can paint these, you can Copic color on these, and these just become instant card fronts. You could even fussy cut around the edge of that and pop it onto a card front. But these are really fun because the designs that Susie creates are really cute and charming, and this is a wonderful sort of fall theme. We have a couple envelopes here. Let's see, we have, oh, check it out. A lava holographic A2 envelope. We have an orange peel A2 envelope and a blue violet. So I'm sure we have the colors of cardstock in here as well. So nice Simon envelopes. but this is one that I had not seen a holographic envelope. I'm gonna have to save that for someone very special. Moving along, let's come into the die. Oh, how cute is that? Friend outline. I want to see how big this is. I'm gonna open that up. Take this out. Oh, that's cute. Look at that size. That is so cute. I love it. And this is totally cool. This is the Kaleidoscope embossing folder. I'm going to pop this out. I don't know if you know this about me, but I have recently become obsessed with embossing folders because these 3D embossing folders, they just add the coolest texture to your card projects. I mean, even if you do nothing other than press, like for example, take a panel, right? One of these card panels, pop it in, run it through, and you have this beautiful, you know, tone-on-tone texture created by this 3D embossing folder. Kaleidoscope. Oh, I like that. And look at how fun this is. Talk bubbles. Oh my goodness. I do like a talk bubble. So we have a few different bubbles here. Small, big, cloud, you know, the cloud over the head when people are thinking, and different size bubbles. And then here is the stamp set. And this stamp set is the namesake of the kit. It's called So Talkative. And you know what? When there is a total typographic set, I am all over that. Look at this. Classic serif typeface. Sending so many happy thoughts, I can't contain them all. You make life fun. Just wanted to say hello. Ooh, everything is going to be okay. I like that one. You're simply the best. I just want to hug you. Hi, friend. Thinking of you. Thank you for always listening. I hope to return the favor. Ooh, I'm so glad you exist. Love that. This card is full of love. Can you feel it? Thank you so much. Long distance hug. Can't help loving you. Sending you so much love. Hal's my favorite person. I was just thinking about you. How are you? And sending you strength and courage for today and happiness for tomorrow. So this is a gorgeous 6x8 set. So full of awesome greetings. And that is a look at So Talkative. Now, you know what I like to do. I like to let things simmer for a little bit. And then I am going to dive in and make some card projects. I'm definitely going to use my brush. I have the new Simon ink, so I am ready to roll. That's a look at the kit. And now let's get into some card projects. So for the first card, I want to keep it super simple. I want to take a greeting. Well, now I'm kind of like, I'm so glad you exist. And you know what? Maybe it would be, oh, I love that greeting. So here's what I'm going to do. I just want to kind of position this, you know, right in the center of the cardstock. Because here's the thing, I'm not exactly sure what I am going to do with this exactly. But I think, what if I popped this right into the center like that, right? Does that look pretty centered? Now, what I need to do is grab my Misty tool, bring you in, and again, just have it be pretty much in the center, knowing that I can come down a little, because I'm probably gonna trim this down a little. So I'm gonna pick up this piece and let's prime. Now I'm going to take Embossing Magic here. I'm gonna make sure I'm pushed right into the corner. Just kind of go over that with the Embossing Magic. I'll take my clear Simon Says Stamp embossing ink, ink up the stamp really well, grab my little press tool, my Debbie tool, give that a nice press. And I think I'm going to stamp a second time just to get a really great impression of this greeting. All right, and we're going to go like that. Wonderful. And I'll sprinkle on fine detail white powder. Tap. Can you see that? Yes, you can. Love this simple, classic serif font. Looks so good. That looks good. So now you can see my nice shiny greeting. I'm so glad you exist. I think what I want to do is just position this, you know, so that the circle is kind of where it should be, right? And I'm actually going to tape it down with some Post-it tape. I do love this stuff because it really is good for masking. Got a little warpage there because, you know, the heat sometimes really makes your card stock bubble up, even the thick stuff. But I don't really like to, you know, I don't like to take chances. It's like, you know, spare the rod, spoil the masking. I'm not sure how that saying goes. Got my little paper towel. I'm gonna grab my little PET tool because it holds my ink pad when I'm blending. I'm just gonna go, let's see here. I'm gonna go with these 3 colors. That way I can use my new blue brush. Load this brush up, tap a little off so it's not too much. I'm just gonna come in here from the top and add my yellow. We're gonna work in this little modified rainbow. Oh, this color is gorgeous. Gorgeous, I tell ya. Look at that. I love it. All right. Now I will take, if we're working in the rainbow order, moving on to celery. The celery, I think that is the lighter of the green trio. And that's perfectly good because that's what I want. I'm going to go right through the center like that. Like that. Just create a nice little blend of 3 colors. Ooh, that does look good. Look at that. So let's take the new brush and let's just load that up. And you can already see the ink start to pick up and come onto the brush. Tap off a little and we'll bring this right in here. We'll finish with a nice little swipe of the blue. Oh, it's so pretty. I also do love stencils just for, you know, giving you the framework in which to blend. I think that is really pretty. Then too, you can always go back over, right, another part to keep blending to get that transition to look just right. But then I have another fun idea that I'm going to try and I hope it works, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay, we think our yellow looks good. And now that I have the blend done, I'm going to take a clean paper towel and just go over. And you can see there's a little bit of ink that comes up where it pools onto the embossed area. There, the ergo, emboss resist. But let's just do a little peel and reveal and show you the ink blending. Now that's very cute in the center of a card, right? I'm almost thinking it would be fun to cut this out because a shape like this is going to be so easy to cut. I'm gonna grab some scissors. I'm just gonna trim around at first, just cut some of that excess cardstock. There, it's fussy cut. I am actually gonna start here. And for fussy cutting, again, I like to try to, you know, not move the scissors, but to move the paper. And this kind of thing, if this isn't the simplest thing to cut out, I don't know. I mean, if I can't succeed here, I think we have a problem. But I think too, you'll have to tell me in the comments, but if you have one of those scan and cuts, can't you just like take a picture of it or run it through and it cuts out like a dream? I've never used one. Going around like that. We're rounding third base. We're sliding into home. And the question is, how are we going to finish? Okay, go like that. And cut. And I think it's okay to keep it perfectly pointed like that. I think I'm going to trim a little more up off here. I got a little high. But the thing is too, I don't think people notice as much as you might notice when you're doing something and you're like, oh, I went a little high there. I don't think it's the end of the world. Okay, right? Kind of like that. Little hot tip, if you ever are fussy cutting, you can always take a bone folder and kind of just go over the piece and it kind of smooths out any of the janky edges. I actually find that my Teflon bone folder works really well for this. So now I have this cut and we can move on to the next step. I'm pulling a couple different card fronts from the kit and actually look how Look how bold that would be. And also this actually looks like Audrey blue to me. Now I'm not 100% sure. That could be really cute too. Although I'm kind of drawn towards the blue. So here's what I'm going to do. And this is where I think these card fronts are pretty great. I'm going to cut this panel down just a little bit. I want to make sure that I can still incorporate the talk bubble, right? Because, oh yeah, that would work too. Okay, we're going to cut this down first. So let me grab my die cut machine. I've got my panel right here on the cutting plate. I'm just going to trim this down first to be the size that I desire. There we go. For my card. All right. And I'm going to take the plates off because what we're going to do is we are going to add texture to this. And I'm actually going to move my little greeting out of the way for now because I'm going to spritz a little water. Here's my sandwich. I need a metal plate, like a shim adapter on my Spellbinders, and a piece of cardstock that just adds a little extra pressure. And what I'm going to do is open this up, and I'm going to take just a little bit of this Distress sprayer, and just off camera here, I'm just going to spray a little onto this card panel. All it does is just help break down the fibers a little bit. I'll pop this on, and that way we minimize any cracking. I think this will look great. Let's give it a try. Let's run it through. Because again, these embossing folders, it's such a fun way to create tone-on-tone texture. And I love that, right? Because you can still have, oh my gosh, that is so squeaky, a simple design without overwhelming, right? So let's open this up and see. Oh my goodness, look at that. Now I probably might have to let this dry for a second because it actually looks like it's, but see, you get two designs. You get this sort of deboss side, and you get this gorgeous, I mean, that just looks like so much more than it is, and that is the cool thing about embossing folders. So that is pretty cool. All right, I'm going to put away the machine, and then we will finish up and build out card one. So I cut another piece of the Neenah Solar White Classic Crest 110 pound into 2 pieces so that I have an extra piece here to make a white card base. This is the cardstock that I buy the most of, so I do a lot of my card bases on the Neenah Solar White Classic Crest. So here's what I'm going to do to finish this card. I just put foam tape on the back, right? Get those backers off. Take that off like that. I look at the top sides first just to make sure that we are getting that down. Oh, look at that gorgeous texture. It's like a quilt. It's literally so cool. And I've got the I'm So Glad You Exist. Oh, come on now, get off there. I smushed it down a little too hard, but then I'm just going to pop this up on top too. All right, grab my tweezers because they just, they help me to see because they get my hands out of the way, but I really want this just to be, just right smack dab in the center. Like that. There we go. So that way you get a little bit of a pop-up. And that's my finished card one. I'm not going to do anything else to this because I feel like the texture, that is so cool. Again, look at the fun blend. Super easy to fussy cut that. And then, of course, I could take any greeting from the inside. Let's see here. How's my favorite person doing? You know what? Let's just do it. Let's stamp inside the card too. I'll show you this because it's so easy. Yes, I could use the Misty, but sometimes it's just kind of fun to use my little Wendy Vecchi Make Art Station, and here's how I do it. I just open the card, right? Slide the magnet like that until it's, it's holding my card open for me. And all I'm going to do, well, you know what? I could ink it up in blue, but you know what? I like going with black. So I'm just going to grab my Memento Tuxedo Black, ink this up, and I might do a little stamp off sample real quick. Sometimes I do that. I just want to see. How is this stamping down? I think that's going to be great. So let's ink it up again. And New stamps, of course, you know they get more conditioned over time, and this will get easier to stamp, but I can just pop it right there. Let the ink transfer and bring it up. That looks great. So, got this. I'm so glad you exist. How's my favorite person doing? All right, that's card 1. For card 2, I want to use the friend die, and I have an idea about having an inlay on a panel of white cardstock. So I've cut one of the sheets down. And what I want to do is create a little blend with Seafoam and Celery. Of course, I would go in this direction. And then my inlay pieces would continue the rainbow. I think this will be cute. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to load up with the Celery. And I'm just going to pull this out and start on one side. And the whole goal is just to create a glowy oblong. Kind of. You know, not, or like a glowy rectangle, not an oblong. I think you get what I'm doing here, right? So now I'm going to take the Seafoam. So here we go. We're coming in the center, overlapping a little, and we're just going to build out our 2-color rainbow. Literally, all we're doing is overlapping 2 colors and hopefully creating a little glowy oblong. And sometimes it helps me when I'm blending. I'll load this up. I like to be able to see where I'm going, and I'll flip it over like this. All right, let's see if this will incorporate all that I'm looking for. Actually, that does. I don't want to put any tape on it because I don't, and I might need to, but I don't want any tape to press into the paper, and sometimes that happens. So that looks pretty good. I think that's good. Sometimes if you just commit, right? Just give it the commit. We're going to run this through. Go back and forth a few times to get our panel cut. Now here's the beautiful thing. Oh, love that when it pops up. You know, this is going to cut out more pieces. Before I make my decision about what I'm going to do, either with the leftover letters that cut out, because I'm just sort of, you know, kind of noodling here. Now I am going to use tape on this. Oh, got a little, you know, if you ever get a little bit of schmutz on your piece as you go through, keep an adhesive eraser. They're often very nice for any, you know, if your plates aren't super clean, it's nice for just picking up something that appears to be stuck. But that panel looks really good. I'm going to just stay kind of off to the side here because all I want from this pass through is the inner white outline. And I'll take you out. Well, should all come out nicely. But what I'm going to do is take this Post-it tape, which is a low-tack tape, but you know what? This is going to be perfect. Let me make sure it's long enough. Yep. And I'm going to put it right over here, over the back. Flip this over. You can do this with label paper too. Now let me zoom in here a bit. I'm going to inlay these. So let me get the white outlines, just the white outlines for now. And I'm just going to pop that right in here like that. Okay. I'll be pressing these down to burnish them in just a little minute like that. So now I actually think it would be cute to pop in the original with the color. And it's really easy just to lay that in. Everything eventually has to be filled in, and I'm going to put the R. I can do that right now, actually. Let's get that little guy out here. Pick that up and pop it in like that. So here's what I like to do. Once I have this down, I'm going to grab my bone folder, a Teflon bone folder. I'm just going to flip it over and burnish. Just burnish that in, because even though this is a Post-it tape, right? You don't think, well, it doesn't have a lot of stick power, but it's going to be fine for the cards. So look at how fun that is with the little inlay. Ah, I love it. Do you know what I think would be cool? So I have both the A2 layers dies and the additional, and I think it would be cool, let me see here, to cut. And I'm not sure if I did this properly. Is that the bigger or is that the smaller? Let me see here. All right, I think that's the smaller of the two. I'm going to actually trim this down one more thing and then take this, the one that I originally cut it with, and I'm going to cut that out as well to create a very thin shadow layer. I'm going to take my Simon dot runner and just go around the edges here and drop it down. I have a gorgeous thin mat on my piece. Isn't that cool? Just very thin. Let me get these off the back. Like that. So simple, right? Isn't that nice? I may shine it up, but I know for sure what I'm going to do, take this, can't help loving you, sending you, so well, you know, yeah, I like that greeting. Ink up my stamp, right? Let's get that inked up and pop this right in the center like that. Let's let that transfer and lift. Oh, I did it! Free range stamping for the win. Wipe that off. And that is the inside of the card, having this nice little greeting. Friend, can't help loving you, sending you so much love. Should we add some shine? Boop. Yep. Boop. Big one here. Oh, maybe a little more glue. Boop. One there. Boop. And a trailer there. Boop. And that is finished card project number 2. So it ended differently from where I started, but isn't that fun? Look at that cool inlay, right? And then framing it out with the white cardstock kind of makes it pop and come alive. I think that is so fun. And the cool thing is, I don't know, I've kind of got a color theme going here. You feeling that? The whole blues? All right, let's move on and make one more card project. I'm going to try to impress some of, well, let's get up there, some of the talk bubbles into, well, maybe I go this way. Do I go this way? Into the cardstock. And I think that is what I want right there, okay? Let's pick this up and slide it right like that. Okay, so that way I'm getting a little bit on the paper because I don't think I'm going to trim this down at all. I think we're going to work with this as is. So check this out. Put the plate on top and run it through. Now, let's do the reveal and see if it, yes, it worked. Look how fun that is. Do you see the dry emboss here? And I'm going to, well, I'll reposition this in just a second because I think what I want to do here, make sure the dry emboss is lined up. I need to tape this down. So we're going to go with the celery again, right? Pick this up and we'll just blend. And I'm not pressing too hard because I don't want to press down too hard on the dry emboss, right? Because I like that extra texture. We are sticking with this green into blue. We'll load this up like that. And I think I'll come in from the outside just so I can see where they meet. And you can see why, you know, having it masked off helps, right? Come on now, get in there. Let's see what happens with the transition. Now, here's the question. Do I leave just one? Because when I lift this up, I'll show you what we have here. Now, I just have talk bubbles, right, that have the dimension, but I just have that one there for a greeting. And I think that's kind of cool. So I'm going to close this up for now. And I think, I mean, I could just do, hi friend, everything is going to be okay. Hi friend, I just want, like, I would love to have 2 on here. So let me see how that would look if we had a hi friend here. Although the minimalness of it is so sweet, right? Just to have that and then to have, I'm going to pick this up like that. And I'm going to get my other black ink, my Simon Says Stamp Black Ink. Ink up this greeting. I do love that there's a period on this greeting too. I love a little punctuation. Let's see how the first one transfers. If we have to stamp it again, we will. Oh, that looks really good. I did get a little liquid on there, didn't I? Can you see that? I got a little aggressive with my, got a little water on there. I'm gonna have to let that dry so I can erase it. I'm gonna cut this down, but I don't wanna use one of my waffle flowers because I don't want to affect the wonderful embossing. So I'm gonna trim this to be 5 by 3 3/4. Let me move that here a little bit. Just like that. So that way you have this awesome panel that still has, right, our little bit of texture. And I have to try to erase this. I'm going to see if I can kind of get rid of that with the Mono Sand Eraser, which is a beautiful invention. So we have a problem, Houston. And it has literally ripped my paper. Check it out. And we might be able to just cover up some things. Should we try that? A strategically placed, a strategically placed sequin. Let's see, how does that look right there? We lined up? I think we are. Press. All right, that looks good enough. Now, I am going to get out my sequins again. I mean, I could just go big sequins, you know? We could just be like, hey, I guess. Or what if that's my talk bubble? I think I just solved it. I think I saved the day. That, my friends, this is what we do. We take a middle-sized one and we take a small-sized or smaller-sized one. And you know how you have the thought bubbles, right? Because that's literally what I think that is. And now you have the hi friend. The day has been saved. You know, there's always a silver lining. There's always a way to save the day. Actually, that's not 100% true. Sometimes you just can't save the day. But here, I'm taking a little tear from overzealous erasing, and I'm saving the day. I forgot to boop. Hold on here. Put that down and boop. And put this here and boop. And we have our 3 little bubbles coming out. And it says, hi, friend. And you can imagine down here there's someone thinking. And that's the third card. Again, it has that cool embossed texture that's just adding a little bit of pattern. It's a little harder to see it on there, but it's cool because it all pops up. Whew, it's a close one. But we did it. We hung in there and we did it. Finally, I have a 4th card to share with you, and I did this one off camera. Again, going with the same sort of ink blend colors, but check that out. I took the holographic lava cardstock, trimmed it down, and I used the embossing folder, right? The Kaleidoscope folder. Look at the color in that. It's just insane. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it looks like one of those tin roofs in those old kind of like Italian design houses, but look at the funky color. I think that is super cool. So let's grab all the cards here that we made today. And this is just kind of getting started with the kit, right? So we have this awesome card project using that folder again on one of the assorted card fronts from the pack. There is my hi friend that has the nice little bit of 3D texture to it. And let's see if I can squeeze these all in here. And then, of course, we have the inlaid friend like that. Love this. And yeah, I definitely had a color theme going. And I love how all of these card projects turned out. So I hope this inspires you to check out the kit. I really do think that this is a greeting set. This 6x, well, that looks a little because it's offset, but I feel like a set like this has so many awesome greetings for so many different card projects. Be sure to check out the kit. I'll have all links below. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you back here with another card project soon. Thanks so much for watching today. I would love to have you become a subscriber to my YouTube channel. And if you do subscribe, be sure to hit the gray bell below the video so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here are a couple other videos that you might be interested in watching. Thanks so much and have a great day.